This is a Learning Commons instructional video. This video will give you the basics on how to start creating Prezi presentations. Making a Prezi presentation is pretty simple as long as you know the limitations of software. So you can start by going to Prezi.com. Now here you can read about some of the key features and some of the stuff that Prezi has to offer. To go ahead and create an account, you just have to go to the top right corner and click sign up. Once you click that, it'll bring you to a web page showing you their different types of accounts and the costs for those accounts. Now there is Prezi EDU, which gives you a free account that has more options than the public. So if you go down to where the student teacher licenses, you can click go, and that'll bring you to a new web page. And here you can see EDU Enjoy. This is the option right in the middle. You can see the features that this one has, and you can see it's completely free as long as you have an EDU email account. So just scroll down to the bottom and click on Get. Now here's where you need to verify you are a student or a teacher. Just go ahead and put in your email address that ends in EDU, so that'd be your MyWITC email, and then click Continue. Now our web service, that the WITC that blocks spam, will block this email, so you have to look for it the next day in your report and then forward it on, and then you can confirm your email. Once you've confirmed your email, just go back to Prezi.com and then you can click on Login. Once you log in, it'll bring you to your Prezis, and this is where you can select different presentations you've started, or you can create new ones. So you can just click on New Prezi, you put in a title and a description for it, and then just click New Prezi. And then that'll bring you right to the Prezi canvas where you can start making your presentation. Now there's a lot of little ins and outs and kind of arranging stuff here and there. I'm going to give you a few of the basics, and then you pretty much just have to play with it to get used to it. So first, a little basic navigation. At the top of the canvas there's a spot where it says saved at 1017. You click that and you can save your presentation. You can undo and redo changes. You can do a meeting to let others share and work with you on the same presentation. You can print, get help, or exit. Now when you print, it will print the entire canvas, not just the little spot you're looking at, so make sure you're aware of that. On the right side is the zoom bar. This is where you can select how far you're zoomed in and out of the canvas and on different spots. And then over on the left, up in the corner, this is the menu for navigating everything on the canvas here. This is where you set up the theme and you put in frames, you set up the path and pictures and all kinds of stuff. But to start off with, you want to select colors and fonts. Here you're going to select what the background color is, the text color, and what kind of how your whole canvas is going to look for your presentation. After you've selected that, you can click up on frame, and you can select what frame you want to start off with. You can have open brackets, a circle, or a closed square. And the bracket just distinguishes one area of the canvas as a frame separate from the rest of the canvas. So you can just go ahead and select whichever one you like, and then you can click and drag on the canvas and you can create your first frame. Once you've created a frame, all you have to do is double click inside of it, and where you double click you can just immediately start typing and you can put in your title. Now as you're working with this, you can select the text after you've typed, and you can move it around, you can make it bigger, you can rotate it, and all that stuff is on the little menu that pops up when you double click your text. And you'll just have to kind of play with it to learn more about that. After you have all your different frames set up across your canvas, you can set up the path in which they're viewed. Now the easiest way to do this, I think, is to just go and zoom in and look at each frame the way you want it to look, and then just click Capture View, and then go on to the next spot, zoom in, click Capture View again. And then it sets the path and the level it zooms in automatically for you from step to step, and it works really, really cool. So that's kind of the quick run through on Prezi presentations. Now you just kind of have to play with it and give it a shot. For more instructional videos, please visit our screencast page. The website is www.screencast.com/users/WITC Learning Commons.